Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the First Spiritualist Church, where angels come to welcome you. And today's optional for costumes, so if you see some of us in costume and you are not, that's okay too. Oh, Jesse, go ahead and have a seat. My name is Reverend Lorena Pyle, and I'm the pastor here at First Spiritualist Church. And oh, I see some faces I haven't seen in a while. So nice to see you. Today, joining me on the platform, we have Douglas Barker, and we have Reverend Vicki. We have our lecturer today, Jesse Gawlik, from the Broken Sense. And we have Trenton, our president. And we have Reverend Sylvia, and we have Reverend Robert. So our ushers, it looks like we have Cam Martinez. Thank you for welcoming everyone in and getting the coffee ready. Oh, and we have Reverend Iris Ortiz. She's our assistant pastor, and she's our gypsy for the day, I believe. And then we have Brad Alstein. Thank you for helping out, and I don't have a program. So, most importantly, I want to welcome each and every one of you for being here, for coming here and sharing your energy, your love, your healing, your light, because you could all be at home in bed enjoying the comforts of home right now, but instead, you've decided to honor yourself and to open up and to receive love and wisdom and community. And so for that, we thank you for joining us today. Thank you out there in YouTube land for joining us. So if you would please just kind of get comfortable in your chair and take in a deep breath and relax and exhale, breathing in again. And as you exhale, release all thoughts, relieving all tension in the temples and letting that relaxation move down through the shoulders and the arms and the body. And now this time I want you to envision a beautiful light cascading down from the heavens. And as you breathe in, pull that light all the way into your body and through it. Breathing in now. And as you exhale, let that light fill the room. And now, well, you're in a presence of relaxation and openness and receptivity. We welcome you, wonderful Spirit, friend, Mother, Father, God, teachers, guides, and angels. We thank you for your love and your light, your wisdom, your support, and your guidance. Now, intentionally invite this angelic realm into your vibration. And as we are surrounded by the presence of the heavenly angels, we thank you, wonderful Spirit, for joining us. We offer you our highest blessings and our gratitude as we gratefully receive your love, your light, and your blessings. So today's message, and there were so many, it was kind of like a wheel that was spinning, and whatever it landed on is what I would speak about today. But it never really works that way, because that's the human mind. That's the human mind saying, give me something tangible that I can share. Give me something that I know when I'm in my state of knowing that I can share. But when I'm telling you this, that means that if I do that, it'll be distorted, because my perception will be in it. So I'm going to take a chance here, as I always do, and we're going to speak about what Spirit is going to bring in. And that is costume. How many costumes do we wear throughout the day? How many masks do you put on? What is the costume that you prefer to wear the most? The costume that you wear, is it the costume that you put on to accommodate other people's emotions, feelings, and attitudes? It's almost being like a chameleon, right? You can put a costume on for every situation you're in. But what about the most incredible costume of all? This. The skin. The costume that we came here clothed in. Why do we spend so much of our lives hiding and pretending to be what everyone wants us to be, what everyone expects us to be, what society has commercials telling us that we should thrive for and what we should be? 50-some years, I experienced multiple costumes, multiple hats, pleasing multiple people, but never being able to be pleased within myself because I never understood that the most important costume you can possibly wear is yourself. And that is being unapologetic for what you find is your shortcomings, your imperfections, your inability to fulfill the needs and desires of those around you. But I am going to tell you that the most important costume you will ever wear is the one you were born with. You. Not the you filled with the beliefs of your parents, your grandparents, the churches, the schools, the peers, the neighbors, the cousins, and your best friends, and all of their beliefs. Because those are the things that helped us to pick up a needle and a thread and sew every costume for every situation. And sometimes those costumes weren't chosen. Not by you. It isn't a costume that you would want to wear. I threw this on today as a costume, and Stephanie comes up and says, "What are you?" And I said, "I don't know. I just threw this on. I really don't know. It came with something else, and I just looked at it and I asked my kids, where does this go?" And the point is it matters a lot when you pick your costume, because if you wear the right costume, you'll get the right job. You'll get the right relationship. You'll get the right opportunities. But you'll get the best opportunities, the best job, and the best relationship if you wear the costume you were born with. You see, to be accepted, we shouldn't have to jump through hoops and play games and be who you think they want you to be. The best of the best of the best is you. In all your imperfections, warts, moles, wrinkles, and beliefs that we work through. The real message here today is to look beyond the pretending, look beyond the costumes, look beyond the expectations, and see yourself as that beautiful, vibrant essence of God, Creator. And if you don't like the costumes that you've been putting on, the beautiful thing is that all the materials are always there. They're always replenishable. So you can always make a new costume. But if you do, make sure it suits the real you that you are. Not a suit of armor to keep out the world. Not a doormat to let everyone walk on. But I mean a real costume that says, I am a light. I'm a creator. I'm the essence of God. I'm the essence of you. And there is no imperfection in all of this world. It's only distorted beliefs that make us think so. So today, when I look out at all of you in all your beautiful costumes, whether it's a Halloween or a personal one, make sure that when you look in the mirror in the morning, that you look in your eyes and you put the costume on that you want, not the one that everyone else expects. Because this is when you can truly honor every aspect of God. That God that created everything. That's you. That's me. That's us. Because we're in this together. I love you all. And I thank you, wonderful Spirit, for your words of wisdom. Amen. So, today's centering thought says, the mind is the most powerful tool that humans possess. It can be used to help you attain success, or it can take you to the depths of failure. You must learn to use your mind to its optimal level if you want to live a life on a new level. The mind is the key to success. Remember, we're not a prisoner to our thoughts. Don't let your body be the guidance of all your decisions. When your body starts reacting to what the mind's doing, that's when it's telling you, wait a minute, slow your mind down and go inside. Thank you, Cam. Okay. So, today, our special lecturer is Jesse Gawlik. And I'm so excited to have him here. And it was a last minute thing, so very last minute, like a couple days. So thank you so much for taking the opportunity. And watching you grow on your spiritual path has been incredible. And I know he's going through another big shift right now. What happens when a spiritual person goes through a big shift? They get excited and share it with all of you so you can get ready for your shift. So it's going to be a good talk. Jesse Gawlik identifies as a creative, dynamic performer, singer, songwriter, and guitarist for the San Diego-based blues rock band Broken Stems. He's a loving father and a family man, a skillful graphic designer, and pursues a path as an intuitive healer. His band's first full-length album, What Are You Connected?, was released in November of 2016 and features the single Hear You Calling, which landed in the top 10 of iHeartRadio's Rising Star competition. Most recently, Broken Stems recorded and produced the Joshua Tree Sessions over a 72-hour stay in the magnetic desert of Joshua Tree, California. The recording will be available in May 2018. Driven by his passion to be a positive influence, Jesse sees his music as a vessel to reach a large audience and raise their collective vibration. Whether he is acting as a designer, a healer, a musician, it is clear that Jesse's creativity has opened the hearts and minds of many. Please help me in welcoming Jesse Gawlik.
Hello. So, I'm so honored to be here. Thank you all for having me. Thank you, Lorena, for asking me. Short notice, busy week, but I feel like I had something to say anyway, so I'm really here. Some of the things I'm about to say will probably be the first time I've ever said them out loud, so here we go. So the kind of purpose and I meditated on what I asked, what should I talk about today? Right? And I got a clear message to talk about all the things, all the knowledge that I've been receiving lately. And then to organize that knowledge a little bit easier for everyone else so they can understand as well. And so the overall arcing message is that I have a message to help you clear your path to your vessel so that you can become one with your personal creator. There's the creator inside of all of us. And you might be sitting there saying, well, no, I don't create, I just follow. No, you are a creator. Every single one of us within our divine being is full of the full power of, we're just energy. We are just full energy beings, full of the love and light of Source. And we have that ability to create, all of us. So when I talk about our vessel, the wholeness of our vessel is made up of 4 sacred pillars. Okay? It's your spiritual, your mental, your physical, and your emotional bodies. Physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. And I have been working with this ancient alchemy symbol called a quincux, and it has helped me to visualize the situation. I think it will help you visualize a little bit as well. And so I just did a quick drawing. I stopped at Target this morning and got my really fancy board here. And what I wanted to do, is it up the right way? Nope. It's the wrong way. That's the right way. So you'll see the 4 outer squares are 4 pillars of our whole being. Mental, or spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional. Right? So what this symbol means to me and what I've been asked to teach is that this is a 2-dimensional version, like a blueprint of our whole being. Right? And so I want to explain a little bit about it and how you can bring it into your lives daily, how you can practice it daily to balance your 4 pillars. So what the big meaning of this is that when we balance our 4 pillars and they resonate and balance with each other, the center square opens up the channel to our creator, right? So that's the spiritual, like the godlike state, the source, the flow state, you know, the timelessness, the creation, when you're in that mode of creation and everything else just seems to fade and you just become a perfect channel of love and perfect energy, right? And so when this started to come into my, when I first saw this symbol, it came into my life, and I didn't know what it meant. I just knew that I loved it. I just knew that it just spoke to me. I was like, this is my symbol. And it spoke to me so much that I made it the logo of my band, Broken Stems. It became our symbol. We, put it on the drum head, and we, lit it up in the back so it would shine real bright. We put it on the big screen when we played shows, and it wasn't until, wow, what a journey I've been on. So that I was a little bit older. The band no longer plays shows anymore, and we've gone our separate paths. We all still keep keep in touch, and we're all very good friends. But the last 3 years have taken us on a journey, and taken myself on a very personal journey, where I used to live a life that was solely focused on music and becoming, the best musician I could possibly becoming all I wanted to do was be on stage. I went and toured all over the country, and I played shows here and there, and I put every iota of my energy and my source into my band, into my 4 band members, into this creation, this vision that I had of creating this vessel for good, for a change, to bring the words through, to really affect people. And what better way than music, the vibration and frequency that comes out of you is so pure, it's so amazing. And often when I play shows, I'm able to resonate and vibrate at such a high level of frequency because of that music and that band around me. We're all in sync, and our minds are in sync, and that is just such a beautiful thing. So 2017, my son was born, my first son, Hawken. You've seen him running around here sometimes and being amazing like he is. And that taught me, he has taught me and continues to teach me daily so much. And I'm so grateful. But I had to go through a relearning period of my life where music became no longer the focal point of my life, right? And so it was painful at first, you know. My drummer left to Vermont, and my bass guitarist, she had to move away to Sacramento to go, you know, make a living and do her thing, and I felt like I all this momentum and all this push to make this huge creation, this album that we made and we released, and then it just kind of fizzled, and it hurt. It was painful. It was difficult to not have that as the center point of all my focus anymore. But what it did, and I didn't see it at the time, of course, but now when I look back, I realize how much it has opened up my channels to the other pillars of my being that I wasn't focusing on, you know. And now through, you know, raising my family, becoming a better man, through being a father and being a husband, and through growing in that way, I now understand what this symbol means and what it can mean for everyone. And what it is our two-dimensional blueprint, right? It's our balance. It is something that we need to check in on daily. Our physical being, our spiritual being, our emotional being, and our mental being. So I'm going to get in a little bit to how we balance each one of those, right? And what they are, what they mean. I think I should start with this spiritual pillar. So this is your body of light and sound, and it provides the energy through the chakras, right? The chakra centers. We all are familiar with the 7 chakra centers, and there's actually many more chakras that maybe aren't as popular or believed, but there's I believe there'll be 12 chakras throughout the body, 4 above your head, 2 below your body, and 7 inside your body. Now, this is our spiritual channel, and it is always available to us. Always. If you do not feel the spiritual channel, it's because there's blockages in your body. Right? There's something that's blocking you from. So that's why we need to check in on our spiritual body and to heal our chakra centers, and to be aware and to feel those parts of our being that bring us all the life force of our energy bodies. I learned something recently that I thought was really interesting, in that your body is electromagnetic energy, right? We are centers, we are pillars, our temple is an energy body. And that energy would look like what would be like a smoothie in a blender. It's called a torus vortex, right? So a smoothie coming through, out, and around, and back up again, constantly. That's why you can feel people's presence when you walk into a room, when they walk behind you in the store, etc. When someone is carrying a lot of negativity, you can feel that in their energy body. It wraps around about 6 feet around your body, right? And so it's a really helpful thing to visualize that and to recognize that is there always. Whether you're aware of it or not, it's still there. You are an energy body. You cannot escape it. It's what you are. It's what you are here, right? So I'll get a little more into the spiritual in a second. But then I want to bring on to the mental. So our mental pillar. What we think, right? Our thoughts. Our thoughts are so powerful. When we have negative thoughts or negative intentions, those resonate throughout our being, and they get stuck in the chakras. I wrote down that your thinking mind, the thoughts are the messengers. The thoughts are the messengers between the mental, the emotional, and the physical and spiritual bodies. So the ones that, your thoughts are the messengers. They tell you what to think and what to believe, right? And I think that it's essential that we are aware of our thoughts, and the ones that are our own, and the ones that are a part of what I would call like mass consciousness, right? A trending. We have this this overarching. It's almost like the trends that we believe. It so fits in so wonderfully with what Irina just talked about with our costumes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We feel like we need to fit into these other molds or these other costumes, but really, when your channel is clear, you think first, oh, I'm being reminded that I have to go back a second. I have to go back. Because I have to talk about the heart chakra and that electromagnetic field, right, in our spiritual body. Excuse me, forgetting. But that electromagnetic field, we have to remember that our heart is the biggest electromagnetic field in our entire body. Our heart feels before our mind thinks. Our heart experiences that person, and then your mind associates that feeling and gives it a thought, right? So it's really important. They have proven this scientifically. They've done studies where they've shown, they show pictures to people on a screen, right? And they show gruesome pictures, and they show pictures of lovely and family, and pictures of war, and other things, and they measure the electromagnetic frequency waves in both the mind and the heart, right? And what they determined, what they found out, is that your heart would actually respond to the image before the image even was presented on the screen. That it takes your mind a little bit longer to take it in, right? To understand what you're feeling, and you already felt it, and now your mind is thinking it, right? So I wanted to go back there because that is so important with our mental pillar, that we feel from our heart. We feel from there first. That is the essence of our emotional body, which is the segue to the emotional pillar, right? It is the essence of our emotion. When allowed to flow free and pure, emotion is unconditional love. It's the almighty healing force and the cure for all of our dysfunction. And when you feel rapid, when you feel waves of emotions, that is our body telling us that there is a dysfunction in our emotional body. It's saying, hey, this makes you angry, and angry is a very powerful tool, but it also is really a representation of very blocked emotion. And so it has to come out in anger to really let you know, just like your body when you get a cut, you realize that, ow, I'm in pain, and it tells your sensors go off, ding, 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 ding. Emotions are our emotional body sensor, right? Our anger, our love, our everything that we feel comes straight from that unconditional love from the source, right? It's important to remember that nothing in this world can create or destroy you. You are free from fear. You are opening heart, and centering the mind allows the emotion to flow, and it brings you to that oneness, right? It brings you connected fully. And so it's really it's really wonderful to realize what your emotions are instead of letting them control you, right? To understand them, to let them come into you, to feel them, because you're supposed to feel them. You're supposed to go through that, and you're supposed to overcome that feeling to get back to your heart center, right? To clear yourself so that your channel can be clear and taking in all the energy the way it's supposed to, right? And so there's a lot of connection between the mental and the emotional body, because it affects the physical. So if there's blockages in your mental and your emotional pillar, what it's going to do is you're going to start to feel physical ailments in your body. And it will come out as that way. And so a lot of time we see physical therapy or things that go in, and if it's only focusing on the physical body, and we're not taking attention to the emotional and the mental, we're not going to find a full cure for that ailment, right? It's going to still be blocked in some other way, because until we clear out the entire vessel, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical, we're going to be blocked in some way. So this is an ancient alchemy symbol. I came across this just Googling one day, and I was like, what is this? This is so cool. It hit me like a brick in my face. I swear. I was like, what is that? That's so cool. That's so cool. And now I understand why it's so cool. It's so cool because when you balance your 4 pillars, it allows you to resonate and vibrate in that frequency, that love frequency, that vibration, the oneness, the source, whatever you want to call it, the flow state. for all my festival friends. Love the snake. And you see this when Narina talks on stage. You see it when our speakers come up and they're lighting up like, la! And the hairs are standing up in their neck, and you see it when you watch a musician play on stage and they're fully in their element, and they're just, wow, they are balanced. There's nothing in the way of that channel from bringing down their full light energy into them. Because in that moment they are present, they are clear. Nothing else matters. Everything else has been pushed away, only to allow your body to resonate perfectly with your true self, your creator. And our physical body, is our temple, right? It's our temple. We only get one. We get one in this lifetime. And we need to treat it with respect, with love, unconditional love. We need to listen to it when it says to us, because it's just so sacred. The fact that we get to have this physical experience is a sacred, wonderful thing. I don't know how do I say this? When we choose our physical experience, whether you know it or not. We chose to embody ourselves back into a physical experience. Our souls chose. And we chose for a reason. We chose the challenges and the beliefs of our families, and we chose that because we knew that's what our soul needed, right? And so we came down, and we get to fill this physical vessel with love and beauty, and it is our grounding. It's what holds our soul here on this plane, right? It's what keeps us here, keeps our souls here. We all feel that connection to a higher self, to a source, whether you are aware of it or not. It's there. It's never not there. The idea of separation, or if you've had a lot of pain in your life, if you've had a lot of abandonment or just negative influences, or those are all just illusions of separation and abandonment that we either create ourselves, right? We are in charge of our reality. Our minds are so powerful that they actually create the reality around us. And what we need to do first, we need to be aware of our 4 pillars. We need to check in on them daily. I do a 5-minute practice every day. And I wake up in the morning, and I have to thank my good friend Andy, if he's watching, because this is his. He told me, and I now do it. I said, thank you. My spirit is an artist. My body is a temple. My heart is my fuel, and my mind is my captain. Now open your eyes and go and create. Fill your day with love. And that is a wonderful practice. Not only does it touch on all 4 pillars, when you actively say that to yourself, what you're doing in that moment is alchemizing this symbol into your life. The simple act of saying it, or just thinking about it, or the simple act of me doing this right now and drawing it in the air, is connecting my mind and my body to the physical reality that we exist in, and therefore alchemizing it into my life. It's that simple. It's a visualization. It's a prayer. It's that simple, every day. And so, you can do that. And it's important that we draw it in one continuous line, because it is a continuous flow of energy, always and forever. What else do I need to talk about? So, how do we start? You know? We practice that daily. We check in on our 4 pillars every day. And we allow ourselves to clear our channels and balance those pillars to resonate in that full high vibration, the fullest vibration, highest vibration that you're able to reach every day. It takes a little bit of practice. It's like lifting weights. You gotta keep working at it daily, 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 until it becomes so much a part of you that you are just working without even thinking about it. You're just doing it. And that's when you're just in your essence. You're wearing your costume. Your full being. Right? And it starts with forgiveness. It starts with forgiveness for yourself. For the things that you might hold on to, all the pain. Those things live inside of you like blockages in your passageway, right? So forgive yourself for those things. Remember that you can look back at any moment in time, something that brings you pain or trauma, or the family that you wish you had, or the family that you do have that drives you nuts, or think about go back and you can visit them in your mind right now. And you can visit them, and since you're visiting them now, they're existing now in your mind. And you can give yourself a new narrative. You can say, I no longer feel pain from this moment in time. I am grateful for this moment in time. I'm grateful for it. Why am I grateful for it? Because look at me, I'm standing here. I'm perfect. I'm here. You're here. And you're okay. You're okay. Everything's going to be okay. No matter what. No matter what. And the only time that we feel separation or abandonment or pain or suffering, we can bring to our awareness that we are creating that for ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves. We are not without the perfect light of God. It's always there. It's always channeling through us. Our Taurus vortex is constantly moving and bringing in energy and taking energy. And the only thing we have to do is just clear our pathways. Get it out of the way. Forgive yourself for the wrongs that you've committed to others. Forgive yourself and bring in acceptance is the next step, right? After forgiveness, it's acceptance. Accept yourself for who you are. Love yourself. Love thyself. Bring in your unconditional love, your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body. Love. And love everything about yourself. And this is the coolest part about this symbol, is that the outer square around it is representative of the collective. So when we balance ourselves and we vibrate in that high frequency and we heal and love ourselves, it in turn heals and brings love to everyone around us and the collective world as a whole. How powerful. How powerful. If you want to make a difference today in the world with all the chaos and all the things that are going on, which is all just illusion of fear, by the way. Chaos. It's just illusion. If you want to make a difference, start right here. Love yourself. Balance your pillars. And you will make a difference. Just by healing yourself. It is not selfish. It is the best thing that you can do for this world. And that is the message that I'm supposed to share. My purpose, my truth, is to share this symbol. And I now know why I chose it as my band's emblem, as my logo, right? It is my truth. It is my sacred duty to teach to others. And a lot of what I said today, like I said, is coming out for the first time. And first time I've verbalized it, right? I study it all the time. I've got charts and I've organized my thoughts and everything else, but I've never really sat and spoken about it too often. And so I hope that you was able to follow and you're able to understand what I'm getting across to you. And I'm going to continually spend the rest of my days on this planet, in this existence, to teach others that they are in control. You're in control of your 4 pillars. You're in control of your being. You're in control in the love that you receive. And you're also the one creating the pain that you receive. How powerful. We're in control. Well, we're not in control. I should be more honest.
Should be in control.
We should be in control of our being. It's ours to manage. You don't need somebody else to tell you how to be. You know how to be. And when you clear those channels, and when you start to practice with this daily, and you start to dive into each pillar individually, and start to realize the things that are maybe a little bit off balance. Maybe, I'm working too much in my, my mental, I'm analyzing everything so much, and then because I'm analyzing everything, my physical body starts to hurt, right? Because, if you don't balance it with the emotion, and then bring in the spiritual practice to channel, the messages that you receive, bring that all together, you're going to start to feel off balance. And so it's a really practical way that you can, every day, check in on yourself. And just go, which pillar needs a little more today? Or which one's a little heavy on one side, or which one do I need to tone it down a little bit? I mean, I call them pillars for a very obvious reason, right? They go up together. They have to stand equally in order for them to be a platform for the high vibration that you're about to receive, the flow state, the love of Source, the truth, your perfect costume. Your eternal costume. Forgiveness, acceptance. And when you have acceptance in your life, and you've accepted who you are, and you love yourself unconditionally, day in and day out, you bring enjoyment to yourself. You bring enjoyment in everything that you do. Even the tedious, hard tasks become enjoyable. Because you just accept it. If you accept that this is my duty, this is the lesson that I'm supposed to learn, and that I don't understand the full lesson that's being taught to me right now. I only see what's here in front of me, you might get stuck in this, and you start to go, why do I have to do this? Why am I out here digging this hole, or why am I, spending why am I resizing images all day long, on my computer for 10 hours a day? You get mad about it, and then you're like, wait, no. This is the commitment I made. This is the commitment I made. Whether it's my 9-to-5 job, and I made a commitment, I signed that contract and said that I will do this job from 9 to 5 every day, and for exchange for some monetary value, that's my commitment. So therefore, why would I ever complain about the fact that I have to do that commitment? Why ever be mad about that? So bring acceptance into your life, and in everything that you're doing, and in everything that you're doing, do it with all of your being. Do it with your whole being. Give it everything you have. Because why not? Why not? Why not give it the 100%? Why not give it the 110%? And just crush it? Because I've noticed strong transformation when I start to bring this into my life. Powerful, quick transformation. My physical reality is manifesting before my eyes. I think it, I say it, I do it. Done. Happening. When we put ourselves in that vibration level, when we remove that time element, right? It feels timeless there. You can create forever in that spot. It almost feels like time isn't moving. When if we start to remove that pillar of time, or that constraint that we create for ourselves, that time constraint, we realize that there is nothing stopping us from creating the things that we want to create. Nothing stopping us. We can think with a non-linear time sense, right? We may be constrained by the hours of our day and the time of our life our physical bodies live, and we may be constrained by the deadlines that are set for us, sometimes externally, but most of the time those deadlines are set by you. You say, I need to do this by this date in order to be successful. No, stop that. Stop that. Excuse me. Stop that. And realize that your creations will manifest themselves. If you just take away the time limit and just keep working, keep thinking, keep saying, and keep doing. Continue. Continue to do your work, and do it with love, and do it with all of your being. And the changes will be significant, I promise you. They have been for me and everyone I touch. They feel me. You go, wow, you're vibrating so high. Yes. Because I'm bringing in my whole being, the whole vessel. And you can too. Every heart, Every mind, every soul on this planet has the ability. Every heart and every mind must be healed. That is my mission. And that is what I will teach everyone that I can, as long as I can, forever, and get better at teaching it and create larger platforms for it. And why I will use my music as platforms for it, to spread my message not only while I'm here presently talking, but when people are listening privately in their car, or that certain moment when that song comes on and those words come out and boom, a message is for them at that moment when they're ready to hear it, when we're ready to accept it. It's there for us. So all you have to do, forgive yourself, accept yourself, love thyself, and you can create and manifest anything you want. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're in the flow. You're in the flow state. You're enjoying yourself, and you're creating, and you're having fun while you're doing it. And it's so cool. And everybody else gets to experience it too, and they go, wow, that's really cool. You're creating so many cool things. I want to create with you. And now you're co-creating with your friends and the people around you. And together we're so much more powerful than we are alone. So I hope that what I have to say today resonates with you. And I hope that you take this away and balance your pillar every day. I'm going to be putting that prayer on my website. I'm working on it right now, and the symbol and an article about everything I'm talking about I'm working on, so that people can find it, and I can share it with everyone if they want to do a deeper study.
Do you have cards, business cards?
Not yet. No, I don't.
Okay, when you do, put them at the front, and then people can go on. Do you want to tell everybody what your website is?
Yeah, well, I'm still working on it,
Okay.
so I will disclose it at a different date. So I have recently come into one of my friend's dances here. Beautiful man. Love you, dude.
I got you, brother.
And we've had some pretty profound experiences, me and our friend David, the three of us. And what has come from those experiences for me is a clear vision of what my purpose is, right? And so one of the things that I know I will do in this lifetime is create a platform for knowledge and for light workers and for people to share their light and to master their light with other light workers, right? And then give back to their clients and the people that they serve every day. So I have a blueprint in my head, which I'm working on currently and trying to figure out, and I can't wait to share it with you all. And the name is going to be Spectrum Healers, because everything happens within our spectrum. Light and sound being married together to make our physical reality. And I thank you so much. I'm honored to be here, Marina.
Thank you.
You've been such a gigantic part of my spiritual growth and my path, and all of you here, all of you have. I listen to you all speak and to just be in this presence of love and the presence of these angels here. I'm so grateful and so honored to be here. So thank you for listening to me speak today.
You want to set up the music?
Yeah.
I have a frog in my throat. It must have been that potion I was making. There's no water. I'm good now. He jumped out of the cauldron. Okay, thank you so much, Jesse, and absolute wonderful wisdom and information. And we'll get together afterwards because I want you to go over those 4 pillars again. And I found in my personal life, leaving the mind in control, I fired the mind a long time ago. And you're done.
Yep.
And I put the heart in control, because I found that my head goes back to revisit experiences and will bring those experiences into my present, which completely distorts or puts, roadblocks and stuff in my present. And so I've decided now to fully trust my heart and my emotional guidance system, because my heart and my emotions never lie about a person or a circumstance, but my mind does. Until I can completely have this part of me retrain this part of me, then I always question this part, but I never question this part.
That's
good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Very good.
but excellent. And I look forward to you guys sharing more of your stories, especially the ones that happen out in the middle of the desert in the stars.
Another time.
Another time, another story.
Yeah.
So we're going to have special music, and while he's setting up, let's take an opportunity to do our love offering and give back to the church so that we can pay our monthly bills and keep this beautiful building open, so that we can bring all these incredible speakers and musicians. And we have musicians everywhere out here today. So, by the way, my wonderful musicians, can you put in your calendar now that I would love to have you for Christmas again this year? Cool. Okay, so let's take our love donations. Here. And whether this is monetary or an intention of healing or love, no matter what it is, all gifts are always gratefully received and received with love and gratitude. So placing our offering in our left hand or covering it over our heart, repeat with me 3 times. Divine love in me blesses this offering and increases my consciousness of peace and prosperity in my affairs. Divine love in me blesses this offering and increases my consciousness of peace and prosperity in my affairs. Divine love in me blesses this offering and increases my consciousness of peace and prosperity in my affairs. Do you want to pray? Wonderful Spirit, we are so grateful for all of the blessings that we all receive individually and together. We thank you for these gifts and all the gifts that have been given and received today. We ask that these monetary gifts will be used for the highest and best good of the church. We thank you so much, wonderful Spirit. With our hearts and our minds and our spirits open, we are grateful for all of the blessings that we can create and that are created together. Amen. And now for our special music, everyone, Jesse Gawlik.
This is a song I just wrote recently. Part of my my creation that I'm working on right now is an album that each song represents one of the chakras. And so listening to the physical, the album will actually help your body vibrate in the frequency that it's supposed to, right? So we can have a little bit of assistance that we always need every once in a while, right? So this one is representation of the, I don't have my, that's okay. different frequency with the capo, but that's okay. It's a representation of your root chakra. And I named the song Solace because when I play it, I just feel profound peace. It just makes me feel so calm. It's so good. So I want to share this with you today. And I hope it makes you feel the same. Hold me in your arms, keep me safe from harm. I am a stone, you are the ocean. Tides and waves, they change, take me place to place, till I am a stone. And you are the ocean, and I'm never alone. I'm coming home, back to you. So guide me through the dark, shine your brightest star. I am a stone, and you are the sun. Well, keep me in your warmth. I've been traveling far. I am a stone, and you are the sun. And I've always known I'm coming home, back to you. Sing with me, and with love you'll be set free. So lay me down to rest and give my final test, but I'll be a stone. You are the earth. So hold me close to you. Tell me what to do, 'cause I'm just a stone, and you are the earth. My, how I've grown, I'm still coming home, back to you. Yeah, sure. You want to play one more?
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. I had a hard time sitting here. I was gone.
Oh, it makes me cry when I sing it.
I'm just getting chills.
I was ready to leave the planet.
Yeah, you know, one of the wonderful thing, one of the wonderful platforms that this church has provided me with, that you provided me with, is that I get to come here and try out all my new songs here.
Yay.
You know, I feel comfortable, I feel loved here. And it's always very vulnerable when you're doing it for the first time. And you don't always have it written all the way.
And what do we say? Thank you for trusting us.
Yeah, so I just thank you for trusting.
trusting us. We're your family.
This one came to me just recently, in the last couple of weeks, and I'm just gonna give it a shot. I was down at the Deep Creek Hot Springs. Have you ever been there? My friend Jan took me down for the first time, and wow, is it magic! It is the most magical place. It's on the north side of the Big Bear Mountains. And you sit and there's warm hot tubs, and there's a cold creek that goes running by, and there's just these gigantic granite rocks and stones everywhere, and it's just beautiful, the place is beautiful. Stabbing my ankles in the water, and it just came out of me. I don't know, I just love this. I think I was talking to myself. Why don't you cry? Cry too long. And I lose my mind, but my heart is strong. 'Cause I've been working hard, and I've been working long, and I carry on. Yes, I carry on. So honey, don't you cry. Oh, just open your mind. Everything will happen for you in due time. And I'm coming back home to you over the moon. In the light of the sun, and back to one. Coming back home to you. Over the moon, the light of the sun, and back to one. So honey, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. You'll be just fine. Yeah, you let yourself go and move with the flow. Let it be known that I'm coming back to you, coming over the moon. With the light of the sun, until we become one.
So when are you going to bring your albums here for us?
I am recording my album, and I'm going to start recording not Halloween weekend, but the weekend after. So I'm really hoping that by next year I'll have it done. But if you do want to hear some of the music that I've written in the past, my band is called Broken Stems, and you can find us on Spotify and iTunes. We've released 3 albums. And then I have a 4th album I released in college with a reggae band. They were called Uproot. And so I've been playing music for a long time, almost 18 years now. Yeah, I've been in bands for about 12. And yeah, I'll continue to create and spread as much of this blessed skill that I've been given as often as I can. So, thank you all for listening and letting me share my love.
Dr. Deepen, thank you so much, Jesse. That was so good, buddy. Got everything up here. Oh, that actually grounded me. Thank you. Like, right to the ground, so thank you for that. Oh boy, okay, so this Friday, I'm holding a special event. I can't talk. Yvonne. Well, I was gonna say that it's typo in here, and then I couldn't even say it. But it's Metatron, not Metatrion. So we'll have this Friday, please be here no later than 6:45 if possible, because the doors will shut at 7, and we're not gonna open them in respect of everyone who did show up on time. So we're gonna have a Metatron meditation with past life readings. And very fun. You can come in costume or not. Just my advice to you is come comfortable. Just don't eat right before you get here because you don't want your stomach digesting. Don't come hungry. Just get fed. Put on your pajamas or your costume. Bring a pillow if you want. And get comfortable. Enjoy a mind-blowing meditation along with a past life reading. So that will be from 7 to 9, but like I said, if you can be here earlier, the doors will close at 7. We are doing a honoring COVID prices right now, so it's only $15 for members and $20 for non-members, so it's a really good price, good evening, and a good October 30th event. So now it's... Pardon?
It's a full moon.
Oh, it's a blue moon, right?
Moon, yeah.
It's a full blue moon.
Lots of energy.
Lots of energy. And what moon are we in? Are we in Taurus?
It's the
You just pulled that
Taurus
Aries.
moon. Yeah, Taurus.
Yeah, so you just pulled that Aries. So it's going to be like a really solid, grounded, creative energy. A good time to bring up shadow work and just put it where it needs to be once and for all. And to rise above and to embrace the creativity of who you are, the grounding, and look forward to moving on. And when you get a past life reading, it isn't about resolving past lives, it's about utilizing and using the energy and the information in that life to bring it to your present life so that you'll have more information, more energy, and motivation to accomplish what you've chosen for your soul in this experience. So having said that, yes.
And you're going to be.
Oh, I will host it. I have some special guests that are very excellent old school mediums. As I wink over there. And so I'm excited. It's going to be good. So I invite you all. And we will still practice social distancing, wear your mask, hand sanitizer, and we'll have temperatures taken just because we want to make sure that everybody leaves just the same way they got here, healthy.
You mentioned Metatron, so the meditation is that?
It will be Metatron's Cube. We will do a meditation based on Metatron's Cube. And I've done this meditation probably a total of 15 times, and I can tell you personally, every experience has been different. Every single one. You will see visions. You will hear things. It's a 45-minute meditation, which seems like 10 minutes. 45 seems like a long time, but I'm telling you, this is a mind-blowing, incredible meditation. I think, did you ever do it? It's mind-blowing.
Right. It felt like 10 minutes.
It does. But by the time it's done, even if you go over this meditation a few times, you're going to hear something different. I've done 15 and I still hear something different. But you will literally, the more you don't pay attention to it when you're hearing it, the more visions you get. It's really crazy. But it's gonna be a good night.
You can take her word for it. This last Friday, she had a meditation, and I saw so many visions when she had this meditation. It was crazy. It's just my third eye just went, so.
It was a Jean Houston meditation. If you've never heard of Jean Houston, write it down, look her up, and pull some meditations, really good stuff. So here we go. I know.
Keep me in your arms, keep me safe from harm. I am a stone, you are the ocean. Tides and waves they change, take me place to place, till I am a stone. And you are the ocean, and I'm never alone. I'm coming home, back to you. So shine your brightest stars, guide me through the dark, and I am a stone, and you are the sun. Oh, I ain't traveling far, so let me feel your warmth. I am a stone, and you are the sun. And I've always known I'm coming home.